Washington mornings on the Mall. 105.9 FM. And AM 630. WMAL.
Well, this is where Washington comes to talk, but you know what? This morning we've decided to go to Washington, right out onto the streets, in fact, to the streets of the nation's capital. I'm Larry O'Connor, and right out there on Wisconsin Avenue is Brian Wilson along with Trevor Maddich, our Redskins correspondent. We want to talk to you. What's on your mind leading into this big weekend for the game against the Seattle Seahawks? Brian, take it away.
All right, thank you very much, O'Connor. We are on Wisconsin Avenue, right at Jennifer, outside the Friendship Heights Metro Station, right to Bowie Mongers. And the wonderful thing about having Trevor Maddich with you is he over and force people to come to the microphone. He's a big guy and very persuasive. Our first victim here this morning is a guy named... How long have you lived in the D.C. area?
Oh, all my life.
And are you a Redskins fan?
Oh, absolutely.
And how do you feel about this upcoming game?
Oh, it's wonderful for the city and for the Redskins morale.
Yeah. So I want to ask you a couple of questions here, okay? I'm going to do some work.
Okay.
All right, so I'll say something, and then you give me the first thing that comes to your mind.
Okay.
All right, let's go. RG3.
Touchdown.
Touchdown. All right. Alfred Morris.
Touchdown.
Touchdown. All right, let's try this about Mike Shanahan.
I like it.
You like it?
Yeah.
What about Daniel Snyder?
Still needs progress and work.
So you have some concerns there.
Yes, I do.
All right, Ricky, thank you very much. Got another victim here, do we, Trevor? What's your name?
Lee.
You're live on the air. And, Lee, tell me a little bit how you feel about this upcoming battle against...
Well, I think I'm a little worried about RG3. I don't think he was as fast as he was before. And I think Alpha Force is really coming through. You saw this game. But my real concern is the defense.
Yep.
It's been a problem all year. And I think if the defense can pull through and play a good game and create some turnovers, and if RG3 and offer more what they've been doing, and I think we could pull through. And especially being at home, the crowd can really help us come through this one. So I'm optimistic.
Is this the year we go to the Super Bowl?
It's a tough question. I don't know, but it's. I mean, we won 6 in a row, and keep going. I think we would have to win 11 in a row. What's happened? I hope so. But I mean, you got Tom Brady, and the Patriots is my biggest concern for this year. So I hope the.
Well, it looks like we might have dropped. There he is. He's there.
You know, the people are so fired up about the Redskins. It is phenomenal. They're doing tonight this community.
What's your name, sir? You're all live on the air.
Name is Maurice Jones.
And where are you from? You live in the D.C.?
Yes.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about the Redskins. Are you excited about this season?
Of course. Last year we called us Dead Skins, and then we the heroes. So, it's a bit. I feel very good.
All right, and so I'm going to play word association with you. I'm going to say something. Tell me the first thing that comes into your mind, okay? All right, so RG3.
Wow. Redskins.
Yeah. What about Alfred Morris?
He's up and coming up, and I think he in the spot. He in the spot to get the.
We're still working with Brian's remote package here. You know, he's got the satellite dish strapped onto his forehead there, trying to get the signal here, and we will try to clear it up.
All right. Can you hear me now?
You're on, Brian.
All right, Trevor Maddich, we're having a little trouble with our technology here. Talk to me a little bit about what this season means as a former Redskin.
Well, I think what it's done is validated fan support. Because even during the dark years, which has been basically the last dozen years or so, for the most part, a few exceptions, the fans have been there. They've been out in the hot summer for preseason games. They've been out there when the weather has been 10-degree wind chills, tailgating, supporting the Redskins. And they always chant, "We want Dallas," even when the Redskins, they didn't have a chance to beat them. And I think this validates all that all years when they didn't have the winning to back it up.
Grab that guy right there so you can stop for a moment. I know he doesn't want to stop. All right. Well, that's the danger when
we're on the way to work too. I mean, that's a good thing. They don't want to be late.
We were talking earlier about Daniel Snyder. I said early this morning that I think maybe it's time to reconsider how we feel about Daniel Snyder.
Yeah, and I think really that time should have come. I think when Dan Snyder bought this team, I think a lot of people thought that he bought it because he wanted to run it like a fantasy team, and I disagree with that. I think Daniel Snyder bought this team because ultimately he wants to be spoken of with the great NFL owners of our, the Rooneys of Pittsburgh, with Kraft in New England, and he wants to be seen in that light. And I think over the course of time, he's learned about how those people have succeeded, and he's emulated a lot of the things that are happening. And right now, even though there were a lot of things that he did early that I held the franchise back, the things that he's doing now, I think will lead this franchise into where the fans want to be. And ultimately, I do believe that Dan Snyder, as we look back on his 10 years as Redskins owner, will be seen as one of the best owners of his time.
Well, that'd be a change in the way people think of it if that occurs.
Yes, and the thing is, for people that are so eager and have been to give him blame for problems, I think they also need to be just as enthusiastic about helping him, about giving him credit for the good things.
Yeah. That's entirely true. Well, look, here's a couple of people just pulling up right here now to get on the metro station. Let's ask this woman what she thinks. Tell me, are you a Redskin fan? No. Apparently not.
She was wearing a red scarf, though.
She was wearing her.
That's why it was sort of, kind of.
These two guys right here. What's your name, sir? Brian Wilson with WMAL. How do you feel about the Skins this year?
We're excited. It's great to see them in the playoffs.
You feel good about this playoff game coming against the Seattle Seahawks?
I hope so. Hope they do great. I'm looking for a big victory.
Yeah, now, is this the year they go away?
It could be. Sure, a lot better than the last couple of years.
Yeah, that's for sure. Thanks for stopping. I really appreciate it. Brian Wilson with Trevor Maddich on the street, Wisconsin Avenue, talking to people about the upcoming battle against Seattle. It is a game. Look, the last time the Redskins were atop the NFC East in the division was 1999, Trevor Maddich.
1999. I was doing some business in Virginia with a fellow that worked behind the counter, was 21 years old, and he was telling me that in his lifetime he does not remember the Redskins being anything other than irrelevant, except for just a couple of times when they poked their head above water. And he is so excited because he knows how his parents this team. He knows that his parents see this team as being a phenomenal, great NFL franchise, and now for the first he's really starting to believe it himself. And so this is a great moment for young Redskins fans that they're able to see what their parents have known.
You know what's more important than the Redskins, though, at this particular moment?
What's more important than the Redskins?
The weather and traffic on the 5.
That's right, Brian.
It's time.